Okay, let's talk about flow. Now, what is flow in boxing? Now, for me, flow is the movement that ties everything together, such as your punches, your defense, your footwork, your slipping, everything like that. Now, when you're starting off as a beginner, you're going to find that you're very standstill and you're doing things like this in the ring. Before you're throwing, you're staying where you are on the spot, and the first thing you'll do then is throw a punch. Now, the issue with this is that's going to naturally telegraph your shots. If you're fighting someone, they're perfectly still, you're going to be very alerted when the first thing they do is come at you. What we're trying to do is get you to a level where you're able to keep in a certain rhythm, in a certain flow, where now when you throw your shots, they're on the tail of movement. One of the key tips I have in able to actually flow properly and gel everything together is this left and right theory. So everything you do in boxing, your hips will wag from left to right constantly, left to right. So a quick example, when you're throwing punches. Through my backhand, my hips have wagged to the left. Follow up now with a hook. They've come over to the right. And this natural movement is what lets you have natural power, speed, and momentum. Now this works exactly the same for defense, slipping. Usually you slip to the right, next thing you'll do is slip to the left. And with this, I know it sounds a little bit robotic at the moment. It doesn't have to be as robotic as just slipping. There's plenty of things we can do to get back over to the other side. So for example, I've slipped, I can roll. Slip, slip, I can roll the other way. So what we need to do is just play around with a bunch of variations, a bunch of things that are going to let our hips go from left to right. Let's start with the punches. So we'll keep it with a basic jab for now. Our hips are facing the right. Let's follow up with a backhand. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Moving on to defense. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Now one thing you can do to improve this flow is watch yourself in the mirror, record yourself, and you should be able to do 10 actions without any breaks in between. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gelling the punches in together with the flow, with the defense flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now that you have that in mind, let's break this down from the beginning. We're in front of an opponent. Now, we're at a standstill. Let's pretend they're in a corner. We're both in the center of the ring. No one's moving at the moment. Now, instead of just being there and blocking the shots and waiting for your opportunity to throw, let's keep that constant momentum going. First stage is just side slipping. So get yourself into a rhythm. Left, right, and notice what I'm not doing is just sliding across. You can see the natural suspension in my legs. Down, up, down, up, down. I'm keeping a natural rhythm and a natural bounce as I'm moving back and forth. Okay, stage 2 is static flow, rolling. So simply just creating U shapes with your body, back and forth. Same again. I got that natural suspension in my legs. I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, perfect. So let's gel these both together now. Let's do our side slipping with the rolls. We'll start with the basic 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to be predictable. You wouldn't want to just do this over and over again. So it's down to you guys now to make your own variables. I'll give you a few. We're going to stay on 4 and we can go slip, slip, roll, roll. Another we could do is slip, roll, slip, slip. Maybe roll, slip, slip, roll. Have a play about with these variables and watch yourself in the mirror, and naturally then you should be able to continuously loop these over and over again without thinking. The point of flow is to be able to do these actions without actually having to think what you're doing in the ring. It should be a nice subconscious movement in front of your opponent. Okay, so stage 3 of flow, actually being able to chain your shots off your movement. So, like I said, the hips are going from left to right, regardless if you're slipping, regardless if you're rolling. Now, let's work on just throwing a singular shot to blend in with the flow. So, as I get to my lead side, my left, from here, the shot is now set up. I could come over with a left hook. Perfect. So, again, I'm flowing, and I come up with a hook. Another example, I'm flowing, get to my rear side, availability for a backhand. Boom. Come under with a body shot, lead side. Boom. Putting two shots together now, combo punching, off flow. Three shots, step it up to four. You get the idea. I actually have a boxing program available at the moment, completely free as I'm just starting out. The same amount of value you get in these sessions, I'm putting it all in video format in the program for you. I'm adding videos in there which I wouldn't show on YouTube as well. I'm taking video requests, and I'm actually giving you guys free technique analysis in there at the moment as well. So if there's something you're struggling with in your boxing game, you can private message me. I'll send you a quick 2-minute video back, how you can improve. And like I said, guys, when you're starting out, you need to be able to do anything to get even that 1% better. It's a quick sign up. Like I said, it's completely free. Join, give me a message on there, see other like-minded individuals like yourself who are starting and coming up, and let's get better in 2025. Hope to see you guys in there. Okay, stage 4 to flow. Now you're able to move naturally. You're able to chain your punches off the flow. Now the next thing you want to do is not just freeze after you throw the shot, so it's no good getting in flow, throwing our shot, and then just breaking momentum, admiring our work as they call it. We want to carry that flow back on, so we could go natural flow, we got our slipping, throw a shot, and then something after the shot as well. If we're throwing a shot on the lead side, maybe a hook. From there, we could slip back down, or we could throw the hook and roll under our hook and carry the momentum on. So a quick example. And that's just how you gel everything together and just keep everything nice and smooth. So there's no breaks in the momentum. And, well, there's no telegraphing when the next shot comes out. Okay, so next thing we can do is rhythm changes. Now, let's say now you're nice and comfortable in your flow. You've got your side to side, you've got your rolls. Now, this is good. This is better than standing still, but it can get very predictable if you're just moving in one rhythm. So one thing I like to do is just break that rhythm. And the way I can do this is by maybe going slow at first, and then naturally having pockets of quicker flow. So I've got slow, twitchier fast movement, slow, fast, back to slow again. This is going to keep you unpredictable, and it's going to increase the likelihood of you accidentally slipping a shot and being able to keep that momentum going to follow up with something. One thing you'll see when you watch boxing, and you see these fighters slipping a bunch of shots, the chances are they've not got these supernatural reflexes where they can see every single shot coming. It's just because they've moved in that left-right momentum so many times, naturally they're predicting the next shots. Like I said, it's not that they can see the shots in super slow-mo or they've built these insane reflexes. You get to a certain level where you know if someone's throwing the left at you, more times than often, the right hand's going to come at you. So naturally you learn to move in a way where you would slip to your rear side, slip to your lead side if you're an orthodox. And you have to learn these patterns to make it more natural in the ring when people are throwing shots at you. So, with this being said, if you're increasing your rhythm changes, you can go slow, and then you have these moments where you can have fast bursts. Chances are you're going to be in a quicker position. Well, you're going to get into a position quicker to actually follow up with them shots. Okay, last and final stage to our flow. Level changes. So everything you do in boxing belongs on 2 levels. Head punches is your high level, where your natural height here. That's when you're throwing your shots to the head. Then you have your low levels. Now this is where you should be throwing your body shots. So again, if you're a beginner, you may not know. When you are throwing your straights to the body and your hooks, you wouldn't want to stay at full height and throw the shots downwards. This increases your risk of being caught over the top, and being caught down the centre as well, because your punches are coming down on a slope. You want to be level with the punch, so rather than punching downwards to the body, this is where I would drop to a low level and throw my body shots, or maybe come down as I throw the body shot, for example. I'm coming down with the shot, I'm not staying all the way up here, throwing down and risking getting my head taken off my shoulders from a punch coming up high. So how would this look in flow? Okay, so let's take it from stage one. We've got our slipping, and we've got our rolling, we've got our rhythm and speed changes, we've got our shots chaining on top of the flow. But then what I like to do is just naturally bend the knees up and down. And with this, you can occasionally touch your lead hand out as well, just measure that range as you're flowing. So I'm there, high level, come down to a low level, and just bend up and down. Okay, so that's what I like to call static flow. So everything you've just learnt there, scenario you'd use this in the ring is if, same again, we're there in the middle of the ring with an opponent, or let's say you finally back them up to the corner, or you've backed them up to the ropes. And in this position, there's no need to move off and give them the space to move out and escape back to the center. Sometimes it's nice to just stay there where you are and throw your shots from that spot. So this is where you would stay on the spot in that flow and naturally blend your shots with it.